This video covers the D major triad, the arpeggio for D major. D major has two sharps. It's in the circle of fifths, it follows G major. If you're following the circle of fifths and going through the scale or the key signatures. So we're adding sharps. So G major had one sharp, D major has two sharps. Well, in this triad, the F sharp is used. It's the D, the C, the F sharp, and the A. And the arpeggio just goes up and down. Except we use the extended version. So the thumb is D to D. And then the other fingers play the other chords, or notes. So in the right hand, it's here, second finger on the F sharp. Here in the left hand, I use fourth finger on the F sharp. Some people use third. I don't teach that. I use fourth finger, and that's what I teach. I know it's a stretch. Well, tough. And for the beginner level, now you're just introducing yourself and you're trying to kind of get the idea of these patterns, the physical feeling of playing them. So we do a thing called a tremolo exercise. That's where we alternate the notes. And it's just one note per beat, up and down one octave is all it is. And you need to keep it slow. I suggest you put the metronome on about 50. Really slow. We're going to accent every note. I'm going to drop the wrist, collapse the wrist on every accent. So we're going to start here, it's here. That's all it is. I'm just trying to get the feeling of this and staying relaxed with the wrists. Then go ahead and do the arpeggio. Again, just one note per beat, up and down one octave. It's here. Collapse the wrist on each note. You're just trying to learn the arpeggio. It's all we're after here. Now for the intermediate level, we do everything in the beginning level. Then we go to 2 octaves and 2 notes per beat. So on the tremolo exercise, it's 2 notes per beat, 2 octaves up and down. So it's here. Where you start is up to you, I don't care. But accent on the beat and drop the wrist on the accent. And then for 2 octaves, if this arpeggio, we use the little finger as our turnaround finger or starting finger is necessary, but really the thumb plays that note. So in the right hand, when I go up a second octave, the thumb's going to play that note. I'm just going to cross under. If you'll just relax, stay relaxed, here it goes. And then when I come down, it's again third finger. In the left hand, fourth finger is playing the F sharp, so that's what I'm going to do, it's fourth. That's the fingering fourth. And then the tremolo exercise will help drill this fingering and the feeling into your hands. It's 2 notes per beat, up and down 2 octaves here. Accent on the beat, drop the wrists. So then you do the arpeggio. 1 octave up and down, 1 note per beat, then 2 octaves up and down, 2 notes per beat, accent on the beat, drop the wrist on the accent. I don't care where you start, just start. It's one octave first, then 2. All we're after here, it's good enough. You just work on that and you'll start getting the feeling of the arpeggio. Then for the advanced, we do the stuff in the beginning and intermediate level. Although by now, you probably don't need to do the tremolo exercise if you've been doing it before. If you've skipped it before, I think you're hurting yourself. But for the advanced, it's 1 octave up and down, then 2 notes per beat, 3 octaves, 3 notes per beat. It's the same pattern for all of them. And I suggest here that you start here. You're 1 octave below middle C, it's here. And you just, again, it's 1 octave, 2 octaves, 4 octaves. And then you do the other pattern. Where you're doing parallel and contrary and all that. It's the same pattern we've used for the scales and everything else in here. And once you do that, then do the 2 inversions, both of them. Now we're keeping the same fingering on these notes. We're not changing fingerings. Those are other videos. We'll cover those fingerings and otherwise. But here, the 4th finger plays it and 2nd finger plays it. And so that's how we're staying there. So you start the first inversion here. You start on those notes. Here. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, and 4 octaves, 1, 2, 3, and 4 notes per beat. And when you get to 4 notes per beat, you're doing parallel and contrary both. And that gets tricky on the inversions because the different fingers are playing it. It's important though, but once you can do that, you'll know these arpeggios. And then the other arpeggio, or the inversion, is here, except come down here to do this because we're getting too high. And again, index finger and 3rd, because those are the fingers we use for this key. And it's the same pattern, 1, 2, and 3 octaves. All the way up, parallel, contrary, the whole mess on that one. Keep it slow. I suggest you keep the metronome down around 50. Keep it, I've been doing this a while, I put it on 60. So keep it, don't try and play the same speed I'm playing.